So hey, John here with Toll and Roll and JJ Humphreys out of Oklahoma State, or
Salisaw, Oklahoma.
Salisaw. I'm gonna tear that word up every time I say it. Little update for us. Wife and I were in DC with the crew. We're bouncing back home. We had to come through and say hi to JJ and give him some Sasquatch.
The Sasquatch love,
right? And so while we're in DC, things were good, but we had gatekeepers again at a lot of the doors. These guys and gals are young, interns, getting educated in the ways of DC, but educated in the wrong ways, I feel. A lot of them have zero legislative instincts, and they're getting the wrong things taught to them by the wrong people, and then that name and title goes to their head. And from what we saw, we got while we were there, a lot of young people doing the wrong kind of work, and we need to get back to the roots of how the people get taken care of by their legislative branches.
Well, a lot of times, especially when we're talking about Washington, D.C., they make a lot of promises. Politicians, I know this will shock everybody, but politicians make a lot of promises, and so you go back thinking that we can expect some of those things to be done. Instead, you can't even get a meeting with them.
Right.
And what happens is that you get their young assistants, all well-dressed, all really pretty, all look like they've never shaved once in their life, And so you get these young people who really know absolutely nothing. They're nice people.
Good people.
But again, that's just a snow job to run you around. And, again, you're going to have to get leverage. And it's a sad day that the people, they work for us, but they've forgotten who they work for. And so you just have to keep going back and trying to find the leverage it takes to get these bills heard.
7 trips from Oregon to DC to get my senator to have one of his in-house staff people that's a regular full-timer. So they've got interns that are part-timers that are just there for 6 months in a whack. But these long-termers and full-timers are there for a year to 2 years in a whack. And it took us 7 months and 7 trips to get a 20-minute conversation. And now I get to go back home to Oregon, and hopefully I'll have somebody in Eugene where I live to actually correspond with and get movement forward on our bill.
But that's why when you get a chance to get in there, you've got to have everything bullet pointed. You've got to have it down to where they can understand it. So when you give them a big bill, and again, you have to have the bill ready to go, and it has to be detailed, but you don't go in and present that. What you go in and present is just the bare bones bullet points. This is what we need. Guys, this bill is going to do great things for us out here in the community. This bill is actually for you to do things to straighten out all of the corruption and all of the things that we have wrong with, especially in our court systems, and we're calling it out, trying to fix that. And so, it's just going to take a lot of work, and it takes a lot of lobbying, and it takes a lot of trips to go back. And again, you need to be calling your senators and your representatives saying they need to look at this bill, they need to get this bill in, get this bill heard, and get this bill moving.
Listen to the people, the people who pay your ticket. You gotta show off your shirt, sir. You got it.
Hey.
This guy's on a campaign hunt.
Yep, we're here in Oklahoma. I'm running for lieutenant governor. If I don't win, I've got the coolest shirt, so vote for JJ.
Make it happen.
Nice. Thank you. The Legends lieutenant governor. Guys, we're doing that. We've got a lot of corruption here in Oklahoma. We have filed a grand jury here in Oklahoma.
It's cold.
And you would not believe that even the Supreme Court justice who's named on that has ruled. We've had fraud in the elections in counting these signatures. We've actually proven that there was fraud, and they still threw it out and illegally threw it out. We appealed that to the Supreme Court. The justice in the Supreme Court, who is mentioned in the petition, ruled on his own petition. You can't make that up. And he said the reason he's not going to hear it is because we sent our appeal in, and we didn't cover it in card stock. Now we're trying to keep people from being molested, child sex, rape, all of that, calling this out, and our Chief Justice was worried about card stock. Is that not insane? That's what we're fighting. That's what we're calling out in Washington, D.C., is asking that kind of stuff, that these out-of-control judges and family courts and mortgage courts and the bar and the DAs, that they're called back in. Guys, we're going to lose our country if we do not rein back in the judicial system.
Common sense prevails.
We hope. We hope.
All right, my wife and I are going to start traveling.
Be blessed.
We'll talk to you soon.
Absolutely. I'm glad y'all came. Now,